is sugar is actually a salt. So when you put the salt and a little bit of liquid with the blueberries, you'll actually start like breaking the fruit down, so it's less cooking that you have to do to the fruit, which gives it a more blueberry flavor and less sugary flavor. There's 4. Yeah, they just look like little frosted blueberries. So now we're just going to leave these guys to sit for about 30 minutes in the sugar mixture. And you can already see it starting to break blueberries down. Mush it up a little bit. It'll actually start like breaking down the fruit. It's almost like when you do ceviche and you use lemon juice with the fish to like, so it'll start reacting and it'll cook the fish. It does kind of the same thing to the berries. So this is the macerated blueberries. As you can see, they're starting to give up their juice. The liquid's starting to come out. That makes it way less likely to burn when you're doing large batches like this. And that's the key, is keeping the burning at a minimum. So the first ingredient that we're going to be put into the macerated blueberries is my not so secret ingredient, ginger. I put ginger in everything because it brings out a freshness to all the jams, gives it a little bit of depth of flavor. We're going to zest 2 nubs of ginger. And the zest of 9 limes. You don't want to zest too far down when you do zesting, because then you're going to pick up the bitterness, and you really just want the sweetness and the aromatics of the lime. So we're only going to put the juice of 8 in right now, and then we'll play around with the last one, because with the fruit, the fresh fruit is always different in weight, has different flavor to it, so you never really know what you're going to get until you actually put it in the pot. So 6 tablespoons of vanilla. So there's 4 tablespoons in it. We're going to give that a nice little stir, and then it's onto the burner. So what I do when I make this stuff is first I bring it up to a boil, whereas the traditional jam recipe, you put equal weights, sugar, fruit, and aromatics in a pot, and you let it go. I started off with just the fruit, a little bit of sugar to help macerate it, and the aromatics to give it a more depth of flavor. Then we're going to add the sugar and the pectin later and reboil it down until it becomes a jam. So this works instead of mashing it. timer for about 4 minutes, 30 seconds to let it because you want to get the Maynard, I think it's Maynard reaction, caramelization going a little bit, and that it just gives it more of a depth of flavor. Whereas if you do you put everything in a pot and you let it go, you're missing out on all these little extra stages where you can get more flavor out of it. It takes a little bit longer and a little more effort, but you get a way better product. I'm just checking the bottom of the pot now to see if anything's burning. I don't think it is. 16 cups, 3 cups of pectin. All right. You want to stir in batches. You don't want to throw all your sugar in there at first, or else you're going to run a risk of crystallization. And this is technically considered low sugar jam. All right, ready? You always want to look for clumps, because there's nothing worse than making an entire batch of jam and then it crystallizing. You throw out 60 jars. Salt helps bring out the flavor of everything. And if you don't, if you're just throwing sugar and fruit in a pot, you're not going to get that great of a product out of it. I like making this one a little bit on the looser side, because I think it works really good for pancakes, where you can use it as a topper for pancakes. You can warm it up, make blueberry cobbler out of it by adding some more blueberries. So you don't really want to make this one super thick and firm. There we go. No. There we go. It's starting to thicken up already, so that's good. So you can see when it starts the actual process of gelling, you can see the little wrinkles on top. It'll start to foam a little bit, so we know we're on the right track, and this is going to turn out to be a great batch of jam. It takes very tough fingers to do this. Alright, so we're boiling. So we got 5 minutes. So our test to see if it gelled or not, to see if it's ready to go, is I'll put a little bit of water on the bottom of the plate to help it get up to speed, and then you just take a little. We're just going to leave this out for a few minutes and wait to see if it thickens up. If it doesn't, like, just run right off the plate, then we're done. It's looking like it might be ready. Yep. There's our final product. And see how, like, the berries obviously fall off the plate, but the rest of it just kind of sits there. So. I do not like pouring this batch jam, that's for sure. So this part you do have to, like, really be careful with germs and stuff, because if you get any bacteria or hair or anything in there, that will actually start hurting the batch. So that made 36 jars. I'm going to water bath these, boil them for 15 minutes, take them out, then they have to sit stationary overnight. And then they'll all seal themselves. That creates a nice little vacuum and keeps it preserved. So again, I'm Travis Thun with Thun's, Buns, and Jams. Today we finished making our blueberry lime vanilla jam. And thanks everybody for sticking around. Hopefully you learned something, hopefully it was fun. And we'll see you all next time.